5 pairs of gloves. 5 pairs of gloves. Gloves. Am I just gonna stack every single thing that I bought? We'll try. Hi, my name is Astrid, and I am a Lego Virgo cusp, which means that August is a month in which I have money to spend. So, because I am obsessed with all things mid-century for my own wardrobe, as well as older history for my recreations, I have quite a few things that I bought in this past month, and I think that I am going to show them to you. I am also extremely paranoid about glare, so I'm going to take my glasses off. So, where shall we start? A is for Astrid, A is for accessories, and A is for alcohol. Shall we have a drink, darling? Oh god, oh god, help me, help me, help me, oh jeez, oh jeez. Oh god, please, please, oh god, oh god. Art supplies, come to my rescue. Yeah! Let's give it a little... It's remarkably sweet. I know that gin is usually juniper. I don't know if there's juniper in here because I haven't researched it. Googled it is what I mean. Let's try it in a gin and tonic. Lemons, yes, from my garden. So you know they're organic. Some ice from my fridge. Should we do a single? This is a small glass, so I think we'll start with a single. That'll be fine. Gorgeous. Look at that. Fancy. Some refreshing diet tonic water. This one is home brand from Countdown. And this will protect me from malaria season, which I'm sure is impending. When I went out to go get my lemon from my garden, I saw that that little package had arrived. This is admittedly not vintage jewelry that portrays hands. It had a bit of a strong moment, a hot minute in the Victorian era. It's something that sort of comes back a few times, eras that we're looking back on the Victorian period and sort of like whimsically. Fashion history is like a really cool thing, but I'll probably even edit this out because it's a bit sort of long-winded and I could definitely get into it for a long time. Victorian jewelry is something that I have a small collection of. Is in fact one of the things I'm going to show you, and let's do it now. I'm going to show you now. I have to go get it though because it's in my jewelry box, so I'll have to go get it. So this is a very, very interesting little necklace. This is Edwardian. It's actually from before 1918, and it's British. And if you're putting history together, you might realize that it is a suffragette necklace. This is something that really, really interests me about fashion history, is its political power. So in New Zealand, we were the first nation to allow women to vote, and we did that in 1893. So that's 125 years ago. And the UK was 25 years after that, in 1918. So the 25-year difference happens to be exactly how old I turned this birthday. So I've been like coveting a whole bunch of suffragette jewelry for like yonks. So I pre-saved. I've never had a credit card, so I've never been like in debt except for my student loan. So it came all the way from the UK, and now it's in my collection. My mum is from Scotland, and my dad is from New Zealand, so I do feel connected to both places. Looking at an object like this and seeing that there's so much care put into it and there's so much love in the way that it's been worn, it's fantastic to me, and I'm going to treasure this for a long time. I'm also going to put it on. So the next accessory is a little brooch. I got this at the Auckland Vintage Textile Fair. This is the first time I'm mentioning that event, so It happens in August every year, and basically what I say to like my parents is like, don't like get me anything, just like give me some money and I'll go to the fair, and then like whatever I get there is from you. So that's what they do. So I got this little brooch, very cute little pair of high heels, and that one can go there. It's painted wood, which is cute, I think. What I also got, another little story, I got the hat. And so this is one of the things that my dad bought me for my birthday from the fair. It is a 1940s hat. It's in really great condition. It's this beautiful sort of teal velvet, and it has this dark veiling. I originally thought it was navy, but maybe it just looks navy in certain lights because it looks black here. This veiling that goes like all the way, and it goes into the crown as well, and I love it. So a little story about this hat. After I bought it, we were like still going around the fair, and we must have put the bag down because when we got home it was nowhere to be found. So I reached out to the vintage community of New Zealand, and I was like, help me, and they did. So we were reunited quick smart within a week, and that is a lovely little it's just really nice. I'm very grateful, that's what I am. Just want to like thank everyone again through this video that I'm sure only half of you will see, if that. The next thing is gloves. So I bought, again at the Auckland Vintage Textile Fair, 5 pairs of gloves. Most of them are black. I wear gloves fairly often. I have a compromised immune system, shall we say, so I get sick very easily. But I got if you watch my lookbook, you've already seen these are the sheer gloves with the little frill at the edge. I also got these ones with a little rosette at the top, and these ones are very comfortable. Some black leather gloves, very, very useful, again with a little floral motif that is just divine. I got these muted black gloves, they're dark gray, which have this like nice little embroidery detail. And I got these purple gloves, not black, wow, that are very, very cute as well. I tried all of these on and they all fit very well. I have spider hands, so I have quite long fingers, and quite often I get like down to about here with the fingers. I talked to the lady when I was buying them, and like this purple pair are, she used to do theater costume design, and these were ones that were dyed over whatever had happened to them in the past, which I totally understand because like white gloves are impractical. I'm a mucky puppy and get into everything. I got quite a few books, which means we're gonna have to shuffle the shelves. But that's a task for another day. So, ta-da! I thought that the library wouldn't be able to get me this copy of the book, so I went and bought my own. Don't doubt your librarians, friends. I put a request in for this book. This is Shetland Traditional Lore by Jessie Saxby. There is only a very few people from Shetland who have written about Shetland folklore, and Jessie Saxby is one of the 3 that my cousin could recommend. So I put in a request for this book from my university library, and I didn't hear back. They didn't say, hey, it's on its way or anything. So I got a little bit worried, and then I saw this on eBay, and I was like, whew, well, if it's available, then why not? And it was kind of expensive, and it's again something I had to save for a few weeks before I could bite the bullet on it. It is the resource that I was lacking very much. If you can find a copy and you're interested in Shetland folklore, go for it. Or I'm going to be returning this pretty soon, and if Dartmouth College, that's where it came from, Dartmouth College in New Hampshire, USA. This is an American Shetland folklore book. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's got like this sticker and everything in it. Oh my gosh. Don't doubt your librarians, guys. They're magic people who can find anything. I love them. I love librarians. Yeah, first edition 1932. It hasn't been reprinted as far as I know, so it is kind of something that I had to search for a little while and had to splurge on. So that is exciting. Next one, I was trying to justify the shipping for the first one. So I got this book called Legends Every Child Should Know. I was expecting this to be like a tiny little like children's book. But this it's a chunk. Yeah, and like, oh geez, Beowulf is in here. Passing of Arthur. Sleepy Hollow, that's one of my favorite. Once when I was a child, my mom called me Ichabod Crane and I took it as a great compliment. A very great compliment. The next couple I got are again from the Auckland Vintage Textile Fair. I got this illustrated dictionary of hairdressing and wig making, which is, look at all this, look at all this, look at all of it. Wait, I haven't shown you the best part. The illustrations! And this is like kind of a cool resource. This one about textiles. I was so charmed by this book because it has like these little illustrations here and there, and what is like so funny to me, honestly, I cannot like explain how charmed I am by this. It has like illustrations of like the chemical structure of a bunch of them. Yeah, here's one. So this is acetate. Something you've probably heard of if you like historical fashion at all. That is what apparently the chemical structure looks like of acetate. It is so useful because it means that I don't have to do my own experiments and I can instead rely on the experiments that someone else has already done. Next, marionettes. Something that I love. Look at it. It's got Muffin in it. Muffin is one of the illustrations. There he is. We love Muffin, hooray, or something like that. Iconic if you are an 80-year-old British person, I guess. I also got a book called Dressing Dolls. It's not just about dressing dolls though. It also has like the actual like soft body doll patterns in it, which is kind of a unique resource. What is also extremely interesting about it is it has, ta-da, like a quick reference of all these different styles, historical fashions, and it goes like all the way up to 1960, which is when the book was published. The next one, oh, how did this get in here? This is my master's thesis. This is something I also bought in my birthday month that isn't technically vintage, but it does have ties to the vintage aesthetic. This is Hello, Morticia Addams, an absolute icon. And if you wanna have a flick through, you can let me know and I can send you a drive link. I'm like extremely proud to have finished it and also quite relieved, and I definitely did spend $100 getting my own copy bound so it can go on my bookshelf. And the last book I bought is Catwoman. The feline fatale. I would prefer to call her the omnivorous feline, but Selina Kyle is absolutely one of my like childhood inspirations and definitely someone I keep referencing in my style and in my general procedure for life. And I also adore cats. That is the last book. Yeah, we're gonna have to Dewey Decimal up, I guess. Bridges, I guess, between books and clothing. I got this on a sales post on a New Zealand vintage community group on Facebook. I'm not sure if they want me to like mention their name, but if you want to, like, comment below. Sweet. It's like a child's game, a child's fashion game, which I admittedly feel like I did not have enough of as a kid. And you like put together your little like outfit design, and then you like take a crayon rubbing and you have a beautiful design. And there's also like these textured panels, so you can like put texture on your design. It's super cool. It looks like that when all the pieces are in. Yeah, so you can like put them in the middle. This is great, and I love the color scheme as well. I love like the pink and green and purple. It's such a great color scheme. I am extremely grateful to be part of that little Facebook community and see like all of people's vintage treasures. Okay, so we're on to the last category, which is quotes. So this again is something that you have seen if you've watched my lookbooks. My lookbook singular. It's this wonderful 1940s green velvet dressing gown. It was being sold as a coat when I was at, again, the Auckland British Textile Fair, but it's got snaps instead of buttons, so it's definitely not something I'm gonna wear outside of the house. It's also velvet, so like as soon as a raindrop gets on it, I'm shit out of luck is what I am. So soft, so beautiful. Oh, I'm squishy. Oh, I've been wearing it like pretty much non-stop since it came home, and I'm in love. I have velvet is one of my favorite textures because I'm a pussycat. I got this belt. This came from Tatty's on High Street, so if you're an Aucklander, you're probably familiar with. No label, no maker's mark. It could very well be homemade, and it has this incredible gold work. I don't have the patience for this sort of shit. That's actually what I was doing. I was looking for shoes. I was with a friend and we went through all of the shops on K Road basically. Yeah, so this is a little Pinup, little nightgown. It has this lovely sheer beautiful lace. Like it has this lovely scalloped edge, which is really nice. It's super cheap. It was like $4, so of course I had to come home. I'm looking at the label now. Intrigue, made in New Zealand. The width of the lace here acts as like a little cap sleeve when you're wearing it, and it's just so delicate and feminine and makes me feel like a little goth princess, which I most definitely am. I have a thing for turtlenecks, and celebrate my cat lifestyle with some snow leopard. It's great, isn't it? What's extremely great about it is it has a little zip in the back neck, which is, if you're familiar with the 60s as a decade, you know that this is something that was very common then, to get it over your head without disturbing your elaborate hairstyle, and that is something I struggle with. I do medium elaborate hairstyles, and oh my god, the struggle is real, and I'm going to wear it pretty often, though probably not as often as I would think, because summer is just around the corner. That's probably why it was $6. Cheap. Oh, my baby. How could I forget about you? Let me put it on. Ugh, the snow princess is in the house. I'm soft. Yeah, so, yeah, it's fur. I do collect and wear vintage fur, both from like a historical costuming aspect. They're great research pieces, and because I love fur, what can I say? A really great tip for if you're buying vintage fur is to listen to it. So you hear that? Nothing. If it sounds papery, don't buy it. If it sounds papery, that means that the skin has expired, and is going to fall apart imminently. It's also not the last thing that I bought in my birthday month. But that is my haul. Oh no, wait! Actually, I almost forgot about this because it was laid out, ready to be cut into, so it's a good thing I remembered. Look at it! Wow! 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 This is a beautiful piece of a vintage fabric. It's a metallic brocade. There is 5.5 meters of it, and I am going to make a little new look style bolero suit with a tightly fitted conservatively cut bolero and a beautiful expanse of skirt. It's such a beautiful fabric, and I'm so excited to kind of show off a bit my sewing skills because I'm going to be doing it pretty much using couture methods, lots of hand stitching, and cutting into the fabric as little as possible. So that is going to be both a little bit of a challenge, but also quite a rewarding process when it's all done and beautiful and I'm wearing it and being like, hey, this isn't repro, it's real pro. That is exactly the sound I will make when I say it. Okay, so that is everything that I bought. I'm going to go away and edit this, and then I will get into making the stuff that I say I'm going to make. This last little minute is going to be my self-plug, so you can tune out now if that's not your stuff. Sorry guys. Very important to plug that you can vote for me for People's Choice for 19 Black Men's Pinup New Zealand 2018 by following the link that's in the description. You can vote once per day every day on each device that you own. So laptop, tablet, phone, I don't even own all of those things. I do feel kind of validated by making top 10, and it would be really nice that if people got to know me a bit. I don't know. If you can't decide and you're like, this Astrid girl, didn't know about her, but I've already voted for my friend, you could still vote for me. You just have to do it on another day or another device. If you like sewing, if you like vintage, if you like that sort of stuff, I'll be posting little updates on my Instagram, which is Astrid Crossland, spelled this way. Follow me. I will be doing little stories and stuff, which you can only see if you are following me. I will be doing project logs, so you can subscribe here. I think that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I'm rambling, so I really do need to go now. Ciao for now.